I always say as a moderator, what the candidates decide to do with that time, you can ask the questions, but they'll answer with whatever they choose to answer.
You're welcome, guys. I have a great video to show you today. We're looking at David Muir, the moderator that anchored the debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Now, if you have followed that debate, you have noticed that there was a mixed reaction to his performance. There were many on one side that said they were happy that he held Trump accountable and how he moderated the show. And there were others that said he was biased. There was a case of 3-in-1, a 3-in-1 scenario. There were cases where he gave Kamala light questions and he didn't follow up as hard as he tackled Donald Trump. So because of this reaction, he has begun to feel some kind of pressure in the workplace. When you host a big event like this, your rating will go up and people will like to tune in to watch your show. But with what he did, it reverses the case. Instead of having high ratings, his ratings are dropping. He's now in a panic mode. He went to the morning show on ABC to try to do some damage control. Before we go into that clip, because we'll see that clip much later, I have a compilation of some of the questions on how he tackled Donald Trump. Okay, so before we go into the video, if this is your first time on this channel, please I'd like you to subscribe and like our video. When you like it, it helps to push the video out. So let's watch the video and see where he was trying to act tough, get more rating for himself.
Trump, on that point, I want to get your response.
Well, I would like to respond.
Let me just ask, though, why did you try to kill that bill, and successfully so? That would have put thousands of additional agents and officers on the border. I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people...
President Trump, as you know, the FBI says overall violent crime is actually coming down in this country. But Vice President Harris, I want to talk about the peaceful transfer of power, which, of course, we all know is a cornerstone of our democracy, and the role of a president in a moment of crisis. Mr. President, on January 6th, you told your supporters to march to the Capitol. You said you would be right there with them. The country and the world saw what played out at the Capitol that day, the officers coming under attack. Aides in the West Wing say you watched it unfold on television off the Oval Office. You did send out tweets, but it was more than 2 hours before you sent out that video message telling your supporters to go home. Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day? You were the president. You were watching it unfold on television. It's a very simple question as we move forward toward another election. Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day? Yes or no? The question was about you as president, not about former Speaker Pelosi, but I do want Vice President Harris to respond here. Mr. President, for 3.5 years after you lost the 2020 election, you repeatedly falsely claimed that you won, many times saying you won in a landslide. In the past couple of weeks leading up to this debate, you have said, quote, you lost by a whisker, that you, quote, didn't quite make it, that you came up a little bit short.
I said that?
Are you now acknowledging that you lost in 2020?
No, I don't acknowledge that at all. I said that sarcastically. You know that. It was said, oh, we lost by a whisker. That was said sarcastically.
All of these pieces of video, I didn't detect the sarcasm, lost by a whisker, we didn't quite make it. And we should just point out here as clarification, and you know this, you and your allies, 60 cases in front of many judges, many of them Republican.
No judge looked at it.
And said
they
there was
said
no
we didn't have
widespread
standing.
Fraud. Vice President Harris, you heard the president there tonight. He said he didn't say that he lost by a whisker. So he still believes he did not lose the election that was won by President Biden and yourself.
So after receiving negative backlash over his anchoring of the debate, what this backlash has done to his rating, he quickly ran to a daily show on ABC to try to see how he can do damage control and to also try to spin the narrative. So let's watch the clip.
I believe it was our duty to ask the issues that Americans care about. You know, the economy. Are we better off than we were 4 years ago? Immigration. What are you going to do about the border? Why did you wait so long before you acted on the border? Those types of questions. Reproductive rights. Afghanistan. Do you bear any responsibility? Peaceful transfer of power with the next election coming. You know, these are all really important issues. The issues of our time, really. And I always say as a moderator, what the candidates decide to do with that time, you can ask the questions, but they'll answer with whatever they choose to answer with.
That's right.
And you have to be ready for whatever might come your way, even the most unexpected of moments. As you all know, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And I will say this. All of the noise that you hear afterward about, which candidate won the debate, did the moderators win or lose, that's just noise. You all know that. The most important thing to remember is that you all have the power.
Well, I see he's just playing it right down the middle, Dave. Well, let me tell you what that was. That was cleanup in aisle 7 because his ratings are down 12% since the debate, and far more than he's seeing on the competition on CBS and NBC. They both fell a little this week, just as it wasn't, I guess, that busy a news week, but for, the whole assassination thing. Anyway,
that thing, yeah.
But his ratings are down. People are leaving. They're angry. And so he's out there. This wasn't Wednesday after the debate. It wasn't Thursday after the debate. It wasn't Friday. It was Monday because ABC News can see he's in a free fall.
Spot on, Megan. She has been one of the uncles that has held David to accountable for his bad judgment during the last debate. She has constantly been talking about it on her show. She has enlightened the public about ABC and this anchor bias. And I'm not surprised at the tone that she used for him in this the video that we just watched. And for the anchor David, damage control. What he's just doing now, his rating was not. He wouldn't have gone to the Daily Show to try to explain the reason why he took the decisions that he did. It was because his ratings were crashing, and that is why he had to try to see what he can do to salvage the situation that he found himself. Well, no, the American people are not dumb. The American people are not stupid. They can see when someone is biased. They can see when someone is being fair, and when you are not, they see that too. So it was clear that biased. I guess it was clear that everything they did was scripted. They already knew what they had to do. Questions that he had to ask Donald Trump, checking, everything was all planned. Now, so for him now to try to come back and try to find a way to try to appease to his viewers, I think it is not genuine. So if you like this kind of video, like our video, subscribe to our channel and turn on your notification. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.